Assalamu alaikum, dear learners. Perhaps you can remember the person speaking to you. I'm Saiful Islam, English teacher of the Degree College. And it's very pathetic to me. I've not been friends with you for a long time because of COVID-19. You know, a mercury tune stains all of our planet, and the people all of the planet are giving a heavy toll for this. In this class, I want to discuss transformation. In our common classes, I discuss sentence mechanism, the structures of sentences and the parts of sentences. Accordingly, today I want to discuss transformation. You know, the different sorts of transformation, such as transformation among assertive to exclamatory sentences, transformation among simple, complex, and compound sentences, transformation of degrees, and transformation of voice. In this present class, I want to discuss simple, complex, and compound sentence. And in this context, we have to know clause, because clause is closely related to simple, complex, and compound sentence clauses. I had to discuss with you about sentence mechanism. In this class, I want to discuss about transformation. You know that different sorts of transformation, such as transformation of assertive to exclamatory sentences, transformation of simple, complex, and compound, transformation of voice, and transformation of degrees. Now, I want to discuss transformation of simple, complex, and compound. Now, we have to know what simple, compound, and complex sentences are. Now, look at the board. In number 1, the sentence is returning home. He took a warm bath to avoid coronavirus. Mark this, this is only a single subject, he, on the single finite verb took in this sentence. This way, we can call it a simple sentence. And I can make it easy to you. The sentence having only a single subject and a single finite verb is a simple sentence. But in a compound or complex sentence, we get more than one subject and finite verbs. In number 2, there is more than one subjects. For example, he returned home and took a warm bath to avoid coronavirus. Okay? Look at it. There are two parts of the sentence. One is he, and it's a subject, and return, it's a finite verb. And this is an adverb with this sentence. The sentence takes a conjunction. This is called a coordinate conjunction, or compound conjunction, otherwise you would call it. The whole sentence is, he returned home and took a warm bath to avoid coronavirus. You can see there's no another subject here. But this subject is silent here. And you can avoid this subject in a compound sentence. When the subject is the same person or thing, we can avoid the subject after the coordinate conjunction. So, we can call it a compound sentence. Making easy, I can say the sentence having more than one subject and finite verbs with coordinate conjunction is called compound sentences. There are many others or more others coordinate conjunctions such as but, or, either or, neither nor, as well as so and so, yet. And like a compound sentence, we also get more than one subject and finite verb in a complex sentence. In sentence number 3, when he returned home, he took a warm bath to avoid coronavirus. What do you get here? There is subject he, and returned with the finite form. Another subject he, and to is another finite form. So you can get more than one subject and finite verb here. Dear learners, both in compound and complex sentence, we get more than one subject and finite verb. That means we can get two smaller sentences. This smaller sentence is called clause. That is, each of the smaller sentences is called a clause. In sentence number 2, that we say in this compound sentence, there are two clauses. One is he returned home, and another is and he took a warm bath. And sentence number 3 in complex sentence, there are two clauses also. When he returned home, he took a warm bath. You can ask me, both the sentences have more than one subjects and finite verb. Then which sentence is compound and which is the complex one? Dear learners, in this context, I say the sentence with coordinate conjunction. Probably I say and, but, either or, neither nor, or, as well as so and so, yet, therefore, are some examples of coordinate conjunctions. There is also another characteristics of a compound sentence. Both clauses can make a complete sense. That means both clauses are in some ways main clause. Main clause is a simple sentence of a greater sentence which can complete a sense. So we can get he returned home and he took a warm bath. Both are main clauses. When a main clause takes a coordinate conjunctions, this clause becomes coordinate clause. Okay? But look at sentence number 3. There are two clauses, we know. When he returned home is a clause. He took a warm bath to avoid coronavirus. If you make a part of sentence, of this sentence, we can get two parts. When he returned home. Students, when you say, or when I say, or anybody says, when he returned home, is it a complex sentence? No, because it can't complete a sense. So, it's not a main clause. The characteristics, one of the characteristics of a main clause is it always accomplishes a complete sentence. When you say only he took a warm bath to avoid coronavirus, then the sentence can complete a full sentence. But when you say when he returned home, it can complete a sentence. So we see the differences between the two sentences. Both clauses can make a complete sense, but in the sentence, one clause, that means he took a warm bath to avoid coronavirus. Only this clause may or can complete a sentence. But when he returned home, can't do so. So you can say a complex sentence has two clauses, like the compound sentence. But what is the difference? The difference is a complex sentence has a main clause with a subordinate clause. Now, we have to know the difference here. What is the function of a main clause or a subordinate clause? Main clause always can complete a sentence, but subordinate clause can't be so. And in this context, now I come to know a compound sentence have both. In a compound sentence, both clauses are main. When it takes a coordinate condition, it becomes a coordinate clause. But a complex sentence always has a subordinate clause that can complete a sentence and a main clause with it. And dear pupils, you have to remember today's discourse in the class about transformation. Because of the lack of time, I can't finish the class today. In our next class, inshallah, we'll discuss the next part of transformation. That means, how can we transform simple, complex, compound. Assalam.